Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for being prepared. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We walked in, the whole internet went down. Why did it go down? Well, because yours truly hit the cord. When I hit the cord, it went poof. There was no power. But we plugged back in. The power is here. And guess what? We're live. We're live. I'm back with you. And I'm glad you're back with me. You know, some of you are dialing back in. Some of you will call me. Is that it? Is it over? No way, Jose, are we over. We are back. We are here. And now we're about to go into the sales champion mindset. What is the mindset of a sales champion? It takes a special person to be in sales. I mean, really, seriously. Selling is really one of the hardest professions on this earth. Doesn't get the respect it needs. I mean, most folks think, well, the only reason you're in sales is because you couldn't get a job doing anything else. Or the only reason you're in sales is because you found yourself out there they would hire anybody. And that's not the case. I mean, I truly believe that to be in sales, you usually have to earn a PhD. Think about it. You can go into sales, and you don't have to have a high school diploma. You don't need a college degree. You don't need any special training. And you can just show up, and you may get an opportunity, and then they teach you the best they can in this profession, which is still the highest paid profession in the world. Sales professional is the highest paid profession in the world, and yet there's nothing required. And I really do believe in my heart of hearts that you should have to have a PhD. You have to go through some training, just like a doctor. Like a doctor goes through years and years and years of training, and then study, and then does an apprentice, and then he's able to go out. And in sales, you don't have to do that. You don't. You just show up. But you do need the right mindset, you need the right tools, and you do need the right training. And think about it. All your dreams can come true once you improve just this one skill. Now, in business, it's kind of hard to say that. No matter what line of business you're in, no matter what industry you're in, it's kind of hard to say, you know what, if I improve this one skill, all my dreams will come true. And I'm really excited about sales because that's what sales will do for me. It's what it'll do for you. It does for everyone that's out there. Now, you could be selling an idea. I get that. You could be selling a product. You could be selling a service. Some of you are just selling your kids. You're selling everyday folks. And so you have that opportunity to get out there and really get started and get going all over again. And that's what's really cool about it. So let me go ahead and share the sales champion mindset, just a few ideas to help you as you go along this journey. The first one is what marathon runners have. This is a mindset. I run 4 marathons. I don't know if I'm retired or not. I don't know if I'm retired. I mean, 46, maybe I retired. I don't know. I'll enjoy half marathons. They're really, really fun. But marathons, they don't worry about the conditions. We just run. We run in the snow, run in the rain, run when it's hot outside, 80, 90, 100 degrees. We run when it's cold. It could be below zero. We put on the right gear. And that's the mindset you have to have when it relates to sales. It doesn't matter the conditions. Sometimes people say, well, do you have any hot leads for me to call? Well, doesn't matter. You still got to call. Is there any clients that just need to be upgraded? It doesn't matter. You still go anyway. You can go into very cold markets. Now, that's not the best way to start. It's a hard way to start, but it still works. I mean, cold calling still works. Telemarketing still works. And it's still an opportunity for you to be able to step up, step out, and really do the things that you really, really need to do. Number 2, I'm just going to go through a couple ideas around success mindset, which is really important. Don't judge your success solely by your sales. We want to judge it by what I'm going to call plate appearances. Now, Barry Bonds, who is still the all-time home run leader. Now, whether you like Barry Bonds or not, maybe you don't like Barry Bonds. Maybe you're like, hey, Shay, Barry Bonds has some controversy around him. No problem. But you still got to respect that right now he is the all-time home run leader. And they used to ask Barry Bonds. You know, one time a reporter got up and said, Barry Bonds, when you get up to plate, and the ball's coming across, and you do your best, and you swing, and you run, and then you get out. Like, you don't hit a home run, you don't even get on base. How do you feel about that? How do you handle that? And Barry Bonds says something that's really profound. Now, here's a guy that's a home run all-time leader, probably one of the greatest sports players of his generation in that sport. And he said this. He said, I don't measure myself by home runs. I measure myself by plate appearances. It means when I step up, my job, when that ball comes across, My job is just to put the bat on the ball the best I can. That's my only job. You put the bat on the ball the best I can. And sometimes in sales, we measure just by did we hit a home run or did we get the sale, and not how many times did we get up. How many times did we get up the plate? I was talking to someone, and the sales isn't where it wants to be. And I asked them, I said, well, how many times have you had an opportunity to give a presentation? Like from beginning to end where you felt like they were ready? I said, honestly, Shay, I don't really keep that number. Well, don't judge yourself solely by your sales. Celebrate the number of attempts. The more you ask, ultimately, the more you receive. So the more Barry Bonds gets up, the more he gets a chance to bat, the better he feels. When he gets up to bat, like your job is to give a quality presentation. That's your only job. The rest will happen by itself. That's the mindset of a sales champion. It's the mindset of a sales superstar. Next mindset. Prepare for each call by asking, how can I best help this person? Don't go into a presentation thinking, how can I sell them? What's the angle? What do they really want? If I do this over here, maybe I'll get that. Don't go into a sales presentation like that. Don't go into a conversation like that. What I want you doing, just jot this down in your notes. Just jot this down in your notes. It's 4 words, 4 letters. Just jot this down, 4 letters. Hashtag, that doesn't count as a letter, by the way, help. Zig Ziglar said it best, if you help enough, you can have everything in life you want. If you help enough people get what they want, right? And so if you go into the presentation and you're thinking, how can I help this person today? How can I best serve them today? One of the ways I start off the coaching calls, no matter if you ever had a one-on-one coaching session with me, I start the same way. I've been doing so since 2004. Start the call the exact same way. Hi, my name is Shay Brown, or it's a great day, Shay Brown. How can I best serve you today? That's all I want to know. How can I serve you? And so you go into, how can I help you? Today, when we arrived, and Trevor Otts and I and the Peak Performers Institute, we were putting together this presentation. We were thinking through it, and what are the best ideas? The question in the back of our mind wasn't, oh, I wonder if they want to buy this. The question was, how can we best solve a problem? What are the best ideas that we can present to them? What's going to work that's going to help improve their life? How can we what? Help them. Put hashtag help. Hashtag help. And that's what I want you to think about when you go into your presentation. How can I help this person? The worst time to think of what you're going to say is right before you say it. Before you say it. I mean, think about that. What's the worst time? Be prepared with your openings, your questions, and responses, and your resistance. When do most people practice? Like really, like when do they practice? Most people practice when they're in front of the client. They don't practice ahead of time. They don't think about it. They just show up and they're like, okay, let me see if this lands. Let me see if this lands. Let me see if they're going to follow this. And they haven't practiced it. And that's not the right time to be practicing in front of a client. The best time is maybe when you're with your team meetings. Role playing still works. It works really, really well. It's really effective because it gives you a chance to practice with someone else. It's not the real thing. But here's what you know. Your mind doesn't know what's imaginary or what's real. So if you practice 100 times and you get used to it, by the time you get up and you give your presentation, it's like the 101st time. And all your mind knows is you've been here before, you've heard this before, and there's a little voice in your back of your mind. You have much, much more confidence. Think about that. Next idea I want to share with you is it doesn't matter if someone else says you can't. It only matters if you say it. So you focus on what you can do. Wiley, famous Amos says it best. The person who says it can't be done shouldn't stop the person that's doing it, right? And so that's what you want. You want to say, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Hashtag help, hashtag I can. Just put that down. Hashtag I can. Because you can do it. You can do it. You can implement these skills. You can take action. You can be consistent. You can have this mindset. And that's all you need, just a shift in your mindset. And that's what I'm trying to do during this time. I'm trying to shift your mindset, get you thinking a little bit different, take you to a place that maybe you haven't been yet. And I'm excited that I can do this. I mean, this is what I'm born to do. This is what I'm excited to do. This is what I love to do, to spend this time like I'm doing right now with you. Here's what I want you to know. Sales superstars consistently do what the average sales reps don't or won't. Sales superstars consistently do what the average sales reps don't or won't do. So The average person won't take action. The average person won't move forward. But not sales superstars. Sales superstars, they step up, they step into place, and they move forward. That's what sales superstars do. The difference between winners and losers, as they say, is winners do the things that others don't want to do. They do them when they don't feel good. They do them when they're not in the right mood. They do them when it's uncomfortable. They don't do it just when it's the right moment. They do it anyway. And you can do that as well. That's what's really cool. And you know what? I admire you. I admire you for what you're doing. I admire you for who you are. I admire you for being here. And it's an honor. It's a privilege. And I have an obligation today. My obligation is to deliver the best content that's going to help you immediately. I take that obligation very, very, very serious. So we got to do the things that we don't want to do. Jot this down in your notes. Let me put this down. Jot this down in your notes. One of my favorite pictures. Big expectations tend to show big results. So you have these big expectations of yourself. You think big. You think large. And you know what happens? All of a sudden, you start getting big results. Then you got to take some action. You got to take another step. But you know what? If you're consistent, like I said before, one foot in front of the other foot, in front of in front of the other foot, guess what happens? You start seeing it. And it starts happening. And it all starts with your mindset. It all starts from where you are today. I remember when I first started, I was thinking to myself, wow, if someone would just listen to me, I would be excited. Like, if they would just listen to me, and I would study as hard as I could. Then I would get a chance, someone would say, I got a question. I'm like, really? And I would think, wow, I'm going to change this person's life. The information I'm going to have, I know would help them. And I had these big expectations. And after a while, I started getting big results. What's the message? What do I want you to walk away with? Shay, what's the hashtag for this one? Hashtag think big. Jot that down in your notes. Hashtag think big. Again, hashtag think big. Okay. Be more like a kid when selling. Think about that. I got a niece and nephew. They're both under 11 years old. And, you know, kids are interesting. Mine are grown, so they're over 20 years old. So it's a different dynamics when they're over 20. It still costs more money, but it actually costs more money the older they get. I mean, my father used to say McDonald's was going to be pretty cool. Try buying a car. Try fuel and insurance. Try all the things that go along with adults. But what I like about kids, and I have a niece and nephew, and it's a lot of fun. I actually got 4 of them, is that kids are not bothered by the no's. They're willing to take the risk. You can say, no, I'm not sure. They'll come back and ask you again. Kids have an imagination just truly incredible. I'm with my nephew, and he's in the kitchen. Now, my brother and them allow him to play ball in the house. So it's just one of the things that my brother just has because as kids, we couldn't do it. So he's in the kitchen. He's bouncing the ball. Bam, bam, bam. And they got this floor. Think about it. It's in the kitchen, right? And so I go in and I said, what are you doing? He says, I'm practicing for the All-Star game. I said, I thought you guys lost. He said, no. When I'm making the All-Stars, I'm going to be an All-Star. I'm going to be an NBA All-Star player. I'm like, yes, you will. Do I believe it? I don't know, but I'm cheering for him. I'm like, yes. And he's imagining, he's doing what he's doing. I'm thinking, you know what? We need to have that kind of attitude. We need to just believe that anything is possible. We need to believe that we can stretch beyond our comfort zones, that we don't know everything, that we're willing to take steps. We're willing to risk it. Not risk things in a bad thing, but get out of our comfort zones. We just don't know everything. So be more like a kid when it comes to selling. Say, you know what? Be excited. Be happy. And know this. You're going to have a great attitude, and you're going to constantly be curious on how you can solve problems. Now, this is a little busy right here, but it's 8 fundamentals. 8 fundamentals. And, I'm going to suggest you all jot this down. You might even want to take a picture of this. You really might, because I think this is the only place I show this. Only presentation. It's the only presentation. But there's some things in here that are really, really important that I just want to point out to you as you take some time, as you see it. Number 1, let nothing interrupt your money hours. The hours in the sale days where you talk to prospects. What are money hours? Could be prospecting. I use it differently now. I'll say schedule block time because, we're a little more proper today than we were 4 years ago, or 5 years ago. We wrote this, maybe 6 now. So don't let anything interrupt your money ideas. Let nothing do that. You stay focused. Number 2, start early and go long. So start as early as you possibly can that fits for your body, that fits for your energy, that works for your health, that works for your family situation. And when you do that, you're able to really work as hard as you can, and you fuel your body during the day so you can go, as long as you want to go. Number 3, live a sales day schedule of calls first, paperwork last. Now, sometimes we get caught up in the day-to-day stuff, and we really don't have to do that. I mean, we really don't have to do that. And think about that. We had a call just this last week, and I was talking to someone, and they were telling me all things they have to do to service an account. So I was like, that has nothing to do with selling. If you're servicing an account, that's what you've already sold. And if you're allowing the paperwork to take up too much of your time, too much of your energy, too much of your effort, then, live a sales day schedule of calls first. Now, I say calls first. It could be an appointment. It could be a webinar. It's time in front of clients. That's what you need to be doing. Number 4, excite prospects with a strong opening statement that means something. You only have so much time. And I'm not going to go through all these, but I do want you to know that number 5 is know everyone by networking more. Take some time, get to know your power partners, get to know what they're up to, get to know what they like, what they dislike, get to know what's important to them. I mean, these are some fundamental skills, and maybe you've done these over the years, and maybe you haven't. Maybe you drifted away from this. But number 6, put a asterisk by number 6. Develop a comfort with closing through solid preparation and solid front work. Develop a comfort with closing through solid preparation and solid front work. And so you're going to prepare. You're going to prepare to do that. Keep your personal problems to yourself during the sales day. And I mentioned that earlier, number 7, of leaving things in. And that's going to be very important. And number 8, pause at the start of each week or month to quickly and objectively evaluate your personal sales value. What's the value you're bringing to the call? What's the value? What's so important? And that's going to be important as well. So these are just 8 fundamental ideas that I wanted to share with you. Let me see. Some of my clicker is not working. Oh, okay. Let me see what happened there. Okay. Next one I want to share with you is be relentlessly committed. Be committed to take action. Be committed to do the things that you need to do. Be committed. And you have to be relentless. I mean, you have to be willing to go over and beyond. You have to be willing to keep on going no matter what. We mentioned that earlier with Reginald Lewis. It's a mindset. And Reginald Lewis used to say, be relentless. Be committed. Oh, you can show me. No matter. Now, this is one that I love. I don't endorse AT&T, but I love this concept and this idea. Is Rethink Possible. Rethink Possible. So it's a great slogan by AT&T, and I believe it's one of the areas that helped them to stay as competitive as they possibly could because they found themselves in a position and they started thinking, let's rethink what's possible. So maybe we think it's only possible if we're in the digital space, or we think only it's possible with internet high speed, or we think it's only possible to be in the phone service. I think you went to the other one. With the phone service. And when you do that, you find yourself in a whole nother perspective, a whole nother level. Go to the last slide. Oh. Hold on a minute. Let's see here. Okay. Here's another one of my favorite that I want to share with you that's really important. Jot this down in your notes. Do small things well, get big results. Do small things well and get big results. I love the story of the ant philosophy, right? Because ants have this philosophy of never quitting. And there's 4 parts to it. I'm not going to get into that now. There's like 4 parts to the ant philosophy. Ants work all winter while others are resting. They work all summer. They also, if they find something in front of themselves, they'll go over it. They'll try to go under it. They'll try to go around it. They never quit. I mean, think about it. Have you ever looked and you saw an ant just pause like, no. They keep doing little small things. They do them well. And then you look up and they got big results. They got food for the whole winter. It's an incredible story. If you ever get a chance to study the ant philosophy, I mean, seriously. But this is what I want you to put in your notes. Do small things well and get big results. I love the story of the pilot that was on the Miracle of the Hudson. Now, this is one of those stories that touched me, not because I knew someone personally. It's just another story of how someone had it in their heart to help everyone on the plane and do the best they can. And, I think if you had asked this pilot, he'd step back and said, Pilot Chelsea, do you really believe that you could make this happen in this situation? He might have said yes, but when it came down to it, average people do amazing things every day. And that's what I walked away with. Average people. People like me. Average. People like you. Maybe amazing or maybe average. You can do small things well. You can be consistent. You can take action. And you can get amazing results. Not because you're better than someone else, but because you were more consistent. You will work harder. One of the things I used to always say when I first started back in 2004, I said, if anything happens, my company fails, if it just falls flat out and we got to just quit, it won't be because of lack of effort. Might be a lot of things that go on in my life, but it won't be because of a lack of effort. I'm going to give every effort I got to really take it and be as amazing as I possibly can. Personal philosophy that I live by. And you too. Average people do amazing things. And we hear stories of that every single day. Yeah, landing a plane in the middle of the water and making sure that folks are all safe and secure and knowing those lives are in your hand, that's a responsibility. I fly. And, once I'm in the air, I have no control of what goes over. So it's good to know that the average person is in that pilot that's right there in that cockpit, that he has our best interests. Average people do amazing things. I'm going to share a few closing comments from Jim Rohn. He's no longer with us, but there's two things he used to say that had a profound impact on me and the business. Perhaps it's going to help you today as well. Number one, he said, don't wish it was easier, just wish you were what? Better. Don't wish it was easier, just wish you were better. He passed away in December of 2009. I was at an event in Columbia, Maryland. I recall like it was yesterday. We were at the Hilton Hotel, myself and Cedric Harris, and we were training. Very, very small group of folks in the room, and we were there, and then I got the message that Jim Rohn had passed away, and he got the message well, and we were sharing some stories about Jim Rohn, and two things I said that day that I held on to. Number one, don't wish it was easier, just wish you were better. It had a huge impact on me. And number two, don't wish for less problems, wish for more skill, because it's skill that helps you overcome all the problems out there. And think about it, you have the skill. You have what it takes. Whether you work with us or not, whether you take any of these actions, you will be successful because you have greatness inside you. You're an amazing person. And you know what? You know you had a potential to perform at a higher level, and I want you to know that I believe in you. I believe the next 12 months will be your best 12 months ever. I believe you're going to do some incredible, some amazing things, and I believe the best is yet to come. So with that being said, I think we're going to take a break. I think we're going to take a few minutes. I know we're going to take a few minutes, and then, you know what? We may do something very special. Just do a very, very, I don't think there's anything after this, is there? Do a very, very special presentation. So with that being said, tomorrow, we're going to be cranking it up tomorrow. We've got a lineup. You saw it coming out. Trevor Otts talking about neural linguistic presentations. I mean, we're going to crank it up. We're going to bring it to you. So what do you want to do? First of all, if you got invited today, congratulations. No promise you'll be invited tomorrow. But if you are, look out for your email, watch your text message, and get ready. Tomorrow we'll be kicking off and getting started at 10 a.m. We're going to crank it. We're going to be ready. We're going to bring the best ideas that we have. If you have any questions, just shoot us an email. With that being said, everyone, make it a great day, everyone. And we're going to make good things happen. We connect when? Again, next time. Now, if you missed the special because our feed did go down, or you didn't get the call, go ahead and send a text. Text me at, we put the number, 202-270-1662, and text the word special. If you don't know what the special is, then that means you didn't see it. And someone from my office will reach out to you, and you're welcome to take advantage of the special. We know our internet speed or program went down. We had to boot it back up. It took a little while to do that. Some of you didn't get calls. Some of you did. And we want to make sure that we can reach out to you as well. What did I say? Yeah. So for any of you out there that says, hey, Shay, I'm in a position where I need some one-on-one coaching. I need opportunity to work with you. I want to know more about how your coaching works, or how I can be part of a business mastery program and stay in this conversation over and beyond today. Just text me. Just text me at 202-270-1662. I know many of you texted earlier for your coaching session, and some of you are curious about one-on-one coaching or taking your business to another level. I promise you, be ready tomorrow. Be 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be ready, because we've got an amazing lineup bring to you. So that being said, I know they're going to cue up some music. I want to thank you all today. I want to close these words. Again, make it a great day, everyone. And we're going to make good things happen. We connect when? Again next time.